All right. Now I'm going to have you take a moment, take a look at this kitchen real quickly, and you notice what I have in this kitchen, besides the fact that I keep stuff unnecessary things out of the kitchen, but you notice what, how I've set this kitchen up. And over here as well. You notice no cupboard doors, no anything of that nature. And yes, I do have some things in my drain basket. They were just freshly washed. And over here, you notice I have stuff laid out in crocks or on trays, and stuff up here and on shelves and the pot rack and things in bins. It's called organization. This video is going to be fairly quick because of something I'm working on, and I am actually in knee deep in. It's things, basics in your kitchen, and one of the things I mentioned is organization, or mise en place, or mise, Meeze, en place. That is the French pronunciation of place. Basically, it means everything has a place and every place has a thing. And for restaurant kitchens, that is crucial because you'll be doing one thing all day long. You may be doing one thing all day long. And that basically boils down to you might be cooking the entree all day long, or half dozen entrees all day long, depending on what gets ordered. So being able to have ingredients in front of you and have your tools and everything right there, because this entire island may be your workstation for the day. Seriously, you want to be able to hand things off to somebody and have them go wash them, and someone else will do all of the prep work. So all you have to do is reach in and grab a handful of something and put it into a pan for whatever you're cooking. That's mise en place. That is a form of mise en place. And that's what I want to talk about here. For the home cooking, it's going to be a completely different definition for that. But organization is the key crux to what mise en place means. It means having things set up so that you aren't hunting around looking for stuff while you cook. Because there are going to be times where you will not have the time to go hunt for something or stop and go buy something. And the difference between the restaurant cook and the home cook or a professional chef is they'll be doing one or two things all day long, and they'll just get really good at it, and they'll be doing it within 15 minutes per order. For us at home, we're doing a lot more than that. We're cooking the entree, cooking one or two sides, maybe making dessert. All of that has to be dealt with, organized, and if you keep things in a reasonable order, you'll have much more success in being able to get things on the table in a reasonable amount of time and done well. That means for those of us who work, coming home from work at, say, between 5 and 6 p.m., you're going to want to have your dinner on the table as soon as you can because you're coming home and you're hangry, your kids are hangry, your husband is going to be hangry or your partner. Ultimately, it comes down to you need to get dinner on the table as quickly as you can. And what that means, more than anything, is be able to have something in your back pocket that you can cook and get on the table within 30 minutes, or certainly no more than an hour. And so that's critical when it comes to organization, is to make that work. So what I'm going to show you tonight, I'm going to be making pizza, but that's not the topic here. The topic here is getting set up so that when I cook, I can just get going and not have to be digging for stuff. All right. Going to be making the crust, so I'll be getting the flour. Now we've got the flour. Next I'm going to show you is getting the yeast. Mushrooms. Cheese. This. And I will get the bigger container. The grater. As I was saying, I'm knee deep in a thing about the basics, and that's what I came up with. So you'll see that post coming up here shortly. All right, let's move forward. Okay. So what I'm doing now is grating the cheese because that'll go into all right. And the only reason I'm grating this cheese is because I'm out. Now you notice what I'm doing here. Just getting things prepped. Okay, we'll grab a paper towel. I hate these paper towels. I'm just wiping it out because I'll be using that bowl to make the dough in. Okay, just put that over here. That's what's the beauty of this kitchen layout as it is right now, is I can put things right there and then I can just grab them when I need them. It's called, again, it's called organization. Now we'll put this in the sink. Clean my knife off. Dry it off. Didn't used to do it this way, but I've become smart watching Kenji Lopez all do similar. So that's what I do. You notice my knife is put away now. Next is to get the dough blade, which is this guy. You notice I reached up here and just had to grab it. I didn't have to go hunt for it. That's organization. Oop, one thing I forgot to grab. I don't have it there. It's over here. Just remembered I washed it. Actually, I'm not going to use it because it's still wet. Okay. Before I get onto that, I'm going to prep use this. Cutting board. Gonna get out my ultimate favorite. Because what I'm doing tonight for pizza is sauteed mushrooms and pepperoni. It's because I needed to use these mushrooms up. And I already have pepperoni, and pepperoni is one of my favorite toppings for pizza. Oop. Actually. Oh. Now you notice for the home cook, I'm prepping all of these because I'm going to be sauteing them. At any rate, yeah, I could just do them in there, but it's just, I find it, since I already had the bowl, just go ahead. Now you notice, actually, I changed my mind. This is a little bit better spoon. But you see how I'm I'm not going to cook these all the way through. Just want to get them going so that when I put them on the pizza, they'll finish cooking in the oven. You notice I've got the oven set to 550 degrees. That's because you want to cook your pizza at a real high heat with your toppings on it. And you can be ready to go. In this oven, I can cook a pizza in about 12-inch pizza for about 10 minutes. That's really what it takes. So while that's happening, I'm going to move this and this out of the way. Then I'll dry this off. Put it away. This in the garbage. Use that for a scrap bowl if I need it for anything. Actually, I'm going to need this. But you notice, keeping my prep area clear. That down just a little. All right, now get onto this. Just forgot I need, this will work. And I know some of you might scoff at using a microwave, but it's a lot quicker and more efficient. Grab my measuring spoons, grab this, Now just put that back there. Get that out of the way. Now for flour, before I do that, I heard the microwave. Ah, crap. As you notice, let's see. Yep, that's good. It's 1, 2, and 1/4. Now you notice I'm putting things back on the table for the moment. And you see how I was able to just grab what I need to grab? Having things on the counter where you can get to it. Oh, I need sugar. And that I will need to grab from this container. It's 1, and 2. You need sugar if you want to proof your yeast. Otherwise, you can just put it right in. This is active, not active dry, but it's the, yeah, it is active dry. So you will need to proof it. Meanwhile, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, I know from experience that 5 1/4 cup spoons is going to be about right. So that, 3, 1, 2, 3 for 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and tablespoon of olive oil. Oh wait, that's what I want. It's 1, 2, 3. Now put the oil back. So as you can see, it's back in its place. And again, it's called Mise en place. Everything has its place and every place has its thing. You can see there's foam starting to pour there. So I'll go ahead and put it in here. Put that right there. This is what they call kneading. This is pretty much what you should see for your dough. Now I have a shaker, and you can see it was right there, and I can put flour down, and there we are. This is the dough scraper. I'm just getting the last little bits of that. Before I get going on that, I'm going to grab this. Just put it right there. Now you notice this I learned from Julia Child. It's something she, I think, learned or developed or something. But back in the 60s, 70s, she would treat her dough a little rough. And basically just a few times slapped out on the counter, it will help it to form the gluten. So there's that. Yeah. Gonna spray this down. Plop that in there. This is basically just nothing more than atomized vegetable oil, nothing more. The lid on it. And that way I can see just where it is now, and when it gets up to just over a liter, then it's ready for the next step. Other than a couple of glitches, that is pretty much where organization really comes in handy, and where mise en place, in whatever form you decide it needs to take, comes in handy. Because that way you keep your prep area clean and clear, but you also gather what you need so you don't have to go hunt for it. And that is what I've stressed in a couple of other videos before, why you put things back where they belong, so you always know where to find them. So over here I have, this is the sauce, my cheese, my pepperoni, my partially sauteed mushrooms, which once they get put on the pizza, they'll finish cooking in the oven. That will go right back up here. And I'll finish those things. I'll keep the dough scraper in case I need it for anything. This will go back in the refrigerator. And I'll go pick all of this up. And everything is, that stuff I'm going to keep because I'll be getting to it in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do a little reorganization here because I've got my food processor to go in. that there. That goes there. This goes right there. As you can see, oh, gotta fix that. Okay. And that, I think I can put right there. That can go in there. That can go there. That can go right there, and I think I can squeeze these in down here. Just like that. Now to oil in, or the soap in. And there you go. And that is how you do mise en place. I'll just put this in the sink for a moment, get that a chance to cool down a little more if needed. But as you can see, mise en place makes a difference in a kitchen when you're cooking. It's a little organization up front, but in the end, your dough or your cooking adventure, whatever you're going to be cooking, goes a lot smoother. I'll finish the full cleanup of the kitchen when I'm done at the end of the night. So anyway, that's that, and I'm going to leave that because that doesn't need to go in the refrigerator, because in about 45 minutes this will be ready to roll out, to stretch and roll out, and then it's pizza, and in about 10 minutes it'll be done once rolled out and toppings put on it and all that. Anyhow, that's how you do mise en place. There is a way to do it. You don't have to have individual bowls just to do mise en place, but it's more of gather your ingredients and then have a plan of attack on how to go about it. Grab all your tools and then go forth. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you want to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified. It'll do this channel a world of good, and I'll see you on the next